Okay, good afternoon. Welcome to the Sports Talk with Kerry Wehmeyer show for Wednesday, August 26th. We're going to be going over today's news headlines, and also we have training camp updates today. We'll have Saints, Tulane, and LSU that will be today. So we'll begin going over to that. Let's go over to Sportscaster and send my link to them. We will send that over to them and let them get the video chat links is going to be set up. So we will put them up in there in just a second for you. So we get this sent over. Okay, the links are set up. The links are in. Links are on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, and Sportscaster. So if you want to come in, video chat with us, you can. That's fine with me. So let's begin with the Saints training camp reports. I'm going to put this up on the screen, and we will go live in just a second. Let me go ahead and switch this over, and I'll put it in. Share screen. And we'll put the share audios in, and we'll start.
Drew had talked to us about working on his deep throws, and you caught one of them. How would you describe that particular pass? Talking about the deep one over the middle, 2-minute drill a couple of days ago.
Yeah, I remember that one perfectly. It was a perfect ball, right there on the money. I believe you're probably talking about the one over Anzalone Alex. It was a perfect ball. He hit me right in stride. Like I couldn't do nothing but catch it because it was like right there in my hands.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Next question is from Rod Walker.
Hey, Traquan, this is your third year playing with Michael Thomas. What have you just learned from being around him, and maybe even something that he's just talked to you about directly?
When I first came in, I'll say one thing about Mike. He always been consistent, and he constantly told me as soon as I came in, like, man, listen, you got to take care of your body if you want to be in this game a long time. And then he made a big emphasis on everything that Drew throws to you, you have to catch it. You know, that's how you build trust with him. So, like about Mike, basically, like I said, he's always been consistent, and he never steered me wrong. He told me how he caught up on the game so quick. You know, basically taking care of his body, and always doing what Drew told him to do, and building trust within Drew.
Last question is going to be from Luke Johnson.
Yeah, kind of along those lines. You were talking about how you were paying closer emphasis to taking care of your body this offseason. How much of an influence did Mike have on you in that? They talked about it in the past where he was kind of giving you advice on getting in the training room after practices and stuff.
Yeah, like I said, that's always been a high emphasis on Mike's list. When I came in as a rookie, he told me, make sure you're getting massages. As a rookie, I was like, massages? What I need a massage for? I never got one for it. But that was always a big thing about him. And I really see it paying off going into this year versus last year, where I was just kind of like, I might get one this week. But I really started to listen to Mike. And he stayed on me quite a bit, because, it's not just him on the field. We got to take care of each other. And how he expect me to be my best is I'm not taking care of my body.
Thanks, Traquan. We appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, we'll switch. We'll go back to Sean Payton. Let's go ahead and begin. Going back to Sean Payton, let's begin first. Let's go over to the first. That's Traquan Smith. We just talked. Let's go ahead and switch this over to Sean Payton. So let's go over to Sean Payton. I'm going to switch this out. Give you a few seconds. Okay, I'll switch it over to Sean.
Where it's windy like that.
Coach, you mentioned the splitting Cesar and Eric between guard and center. What are some of the traits that allow them to have that versatility?
Well, look, they're both guys that pick up the scheme pretty quickly. They both have had plenty of experience at center. I think the position that neither of them have had an extended amount of work at is the guard position, and yet they're good foot athletes. So I think the mental part of it is a good start.
Sean, across the division a little bit, Teddy Bridgewater waited a long time, obviously, to get this full-time opportunity he has this year. What is it from your time you spent with him that makes you confident he's going to be ready to take advantage?
Well, look, he's an extremely talented player. He's a tremendous leader. He's smart. He's going to work extremely hard. Our experience with him here in the 2 years that he was with us, he was a guy that knew how to lead the huddle. He was a guy that prepared extremely well, and again, a guy that had the skill set that you're looking for to play the position. So those are all traits that you're looking for in your starting quarterback.
Hey, Sean, we saw a number of plays today where the pressure affected the quarterback, whether it was a sack or a pass breakup. How's it been so far in camp? How's your evaluation been of your all's rush?
Yeah, listen, today I thought, the defense got after it pretty good. When we watched this tape, there were a lot of balls tipped before they even got downfield. I didn't think particularly much of how we practiced offensively from the very beginning throughout the course of practice, and we're going to have to clean up a lot of those things. Defensively, I thought we did a number of things well.
All right,
thank you.
that was Sean Payton. So Sean Payton will switch over to the other players. Let me go ahead and switch this over. And we'll go over to the next player. We'll go over to this one.
But really, both.
Cesar Ruiz. We'll go to Cesar Ruiz.
Questions from Kyle Mosley.
Hey, Cesar, what type of challenges have you
Ruiz.
had calling protections at the center level at this time?
I haven't really had any challenges. I haven't really had any challenges with protections or anything like that.
So you feel real comfortable settling into the position?
Yeah, because I study the notes and things were taught, and it's not really that difficult to align the protections.
Next question from Amy Just.
Yeah, on that note, what has been some of the feedback that you've been getting from either your coaches or some of the more veteran guys on the line?
Really just most of the feedback is, use this time to learn and to really just get your feet going. I don't really have a lot of time like other people did in the past. So they tell me look, you gotta pick it up quick, but don't get don't get ahead of yourself, don't get too hard on yourself. Just learn it, but you gotta learn it quick.
Next question is from Luke Johnson.
Caesar, what's been the biggest adjustment for you just in becoming a pro, especially just with the stuff you've had to deal with this offseason with the coronavirus pandemic, moving through a new place, all that stuff?
I probably would say the biggest adjustment probably would be not actually playing football for about 8 months. That's probably the biggest adjustment. That's probably the longest I went without playing football and since I was 16 probably. So just that big break from football was probably the biggest challenge I probably had going to this situation because of the pandemic. Yeah, that's probably about it.
Next question is from Christopher Donald. Got a quick question for you. First, did you play any center in high school? And then if so, or if not, is there a certain side, whether center or guard, that you feel more comfortable in or that you have a preference for?
You said, did I play center in high school?
Yeah.
Yeah, I played center. I played center in high school, but I don't. Like I said before, it doesn't really matter to me where I play. I just want to be out there on the field. Like I said, I'm learning both positions, so it doesn't really matter to me where I play. I don't really have a preference.
Next question is from Nick Underhill.
How comfortable are you just hearing the cadence and with the timing of everything, and getting that first week at guard, just hearing it live on the field, help it all with now that you're playing center?
Yeah, it took me about halfway through practice, first day, maybe second day. It took me a little bit to get the timing of the cadence right. Not too long, probably about a day or two, and I figured that out pretty quick.
Next question is from John Shazier.
Caesar, what did you learn from having reps against guys like, whether it be Sheldon Rankins or whoever, NFL interior linemen? What have you learned?
I learned, especially with guys that talented on our team. It's just I learned so much. Guys like Sheldon, David, are two different players that have two different skill sets. But they definitely have taught me a lot of things. What to expect from D linemen. They show me a whole lot of different moves in practice, a lot of different variations, and of course they're going 100%. So it's able for me it's helping me pick up the speed of the game, and it's helping me get everything going.
Were they things that you hadn't seen before, or just things that you've seen before, just speed it up?
A combination of both. Guys, of course, more dynamic, have a lot more in their back pocket when it comes to skill set, and the speed of the game has picked up quite a little bit. So those are a couple things.
Next question is from Luke Johnson.
L.A. Lawler.
Caesar, did you ever have to deal with preparing for a hurricane when you were at IMG Academy, or is this kind of the same experience?
I'm sorry, you broke up. I couldn't hear the question.
Did you ever have to experience preparing for a hurricane when you were at IMG Academy, or is it just like the first time you've been to go through this?
Yeah, I have my familiarities with hurricanes. First, I want to give my prayers to everybody to the west of us right now that could possibly be hit by this hurricane, and want to send my prayers over to them. But yeah, I have a great history with hurricanes from New Jersey, tropical storms in Florida. So I've experienced them before. I've never experienced, anything like detrimental, but we've experienced a good deal of hurricanes from New Jersey and in Florida.
Okay, last question is from Brooke Kirchhoffer. Brooke?
Hey, Caesar. Sorry if you've been asked this already, but just what has it been like to get working with Drew Brees? Isn't there anything that stands out about him, or just things you've already picked up from him just in the first week?
It's great to work with. Of course, quarterback like, especially Drew himself. Can't even say quarterback like Drew. It's great to work with Drew. He's been playing the game. He's been in the league before I could talk, so he knows a lot. He's given me a lot of advice. Just having somebody in there that just knows what's going on at all times is great.
Okay, I think we're all set. Thank you, Caesar.
Thank you, Caesar. Good job. Thanks.
All right, we'll go to another one. Let's go to another one. 1 second to give you another one in just a second.
The other day, you guys have a lot of talent.
St. Louis that learned the defense. I'd be on the same page. Trying to play the scheme. Know your leverage, and just try to come out and dominate every day.
Next question's from Amy Just. Hey, Jackrabbit. How beneficial was it for you to get those few weeks in with the team last season in preparation for the position that you're in now?
It was a huge advantage. I got in last year towards the end of the season. I kind of learned the defense. So when I got back, I just had to put it all together, and now I'm just moving fast and playing fast.
Next question's from Amos Morale.
Yeah, kind of following up on that. How important is it to you to be able to play fast and just being more comfortable with the defense? In what ways has that allowed you to kind of play faster?
Just knowing, where my help is, knowing the defense in and out, communicating with the safeties and DBs, just help me play fast.
Next question's from Luke Johnson.
was one of the reasons you wanted to stay is because you liked the defense you were in, and you liked what they wanted you to do within that defense?
Yeah, it was huge. I was in this defense before, with St. Louis at the Rams with Coach Greg Williams, and I just felt comfortable here. The whole mindset here is win championship, win a division, and that's what I came here for.
Next question is from Mike Triplett.
Did you work on anything in particular this offseason, knowing the Saints scheme, that tailors your game to what they expect from you here or anything?
Yeah, just the basics, techniques, fundamentals, making sure I come back in the best shape of my life, slimming up a little bit, and then just coming out to work.
And I know the safeties on this team have mentioned that having two lockdown corners like you and Marshawn really is an advantage for them. Likewise, it just seems like you guys have a lot of talent stacked throughout this secondary as a whole. Is it one of the more talented secondaries you've been a part of, and how much does that free things up for you?
Oh man, we stack. We got to keep working every day. Marshawn a very great corner, along with myself, and we just feed off each other. And the safeties understand that what they have on the outside is very special. So we just got to keep working and hopefully keep building.
Next question is from Nick Underhill.
Does playing opposite someone as talented as Marshawn and having two press guys that can lock down, shadow, do everything basically, how does that help you having another guy like him?
Oh man, it's real easy. I can just focus on doing my job. Go out there, every play. My mentality is dominate. Along with my opposite corner, Lattimore, and all we think is just dominate receivers. And it all comes down to fundamentals and techniques. We got to keep working them every day in practice, and just get better.
Next question is from Christopher Dunnels.
Sticking with Lattimore, what all do you think you're able to learn from him and he can learn from you in playing in the secondary together?
Just the ins and out of the schemes. We just keep talking about leverage, knowing where our help is, what we can do and can't do in the coverage, and we just gonna keep learning from each other.
Next question is from Jeff Duncan.
Norris, Jared Cook said the other day that they were really struggling with a lot of the new looks that you all were throwing at him. How many new wrinkles has DA thrown in this offseason? How much new stuff have y'all taken on from a year ago?
We got a lot of new wrinkles in. Just discourage the offense. To not help the quarterback know that what we in as far as coverage wise, and just moving around out there.
Next question is from Luke Johnson.
What do you classify as like your biggest strength as a defensive back? How would you like to play if you're in like an ideal situation?
Press man corner. Using my quickness and speed. I get my hands on when I have to or when I want to. Just mixing it up in coverage. Just quickness.
Next one's from Christopher Dunnels.
What have you seen out of Keith Washington so far?
Every day he's getting better. He's learning. He's taking coaching. He's making strides. And like we always say, man, we on the weakest link. And can't nobody be weak in the secondary. He understands that. And he's been working, learning the plays, out there making plays. Good talent.
All right, that should wrap it up. Thanks for joining us, Jack Rabbit.
Yeah, thank you.
Jack Rabbit.
Yeah.
Healthy.
Okay, it's Traquan Smith. We did play Traquan Smith. So once again, this concludes the Saints training camp updates. We'll have LSU. We'll also have Tulane in just a second. So once again, thanks for joining us here on Sports Talk with Kerry Wehmeyer show here on Sportscaster, Facebook, and YouTube. So we are live on all three networks today. So let me switch this over to the watch later. We will have the LSU practice report. Coach Orgeron talking about the mindset of his LSU team. We'll also have LSU highlights from yesterday's camp out at LSU, and then we'll have Tulane football. We'll have that up in a few minutes. So once again, thanks for joining us here on Sports Talk. Let's see if I get Coach Fritz's video. Let me get his video up. I'll get his video. We'll have his video. We'll have his video. So we got video. We have to get some video clips for them. Let me go ahead and get those video clips. Got everything on there. Oh, video clips. Yeah, I got everything. So it should be ready to roll. Okay, we're going to go over to LSU first. This is from Tiger TV Sports.
All right, guys, great to see you
please
guys
give
again.
them a like on Facebook.
Very pleased with the
using their
mindset of our
content,
football
so
team.
we appreciate
Eliminate distractions. We are paying attention to the weather. We're still practicing. If anything gets too dangerous for our football team, obviously we will not practice. But it looks like we're about to practice all week right now, and our plans are to practice all week. And we'll take it day by day. This is a big teaching week for us. We're still a ways away from playing a game. Our guys are still teaching. They're still learning. Our coaches are doing a tremendous job. We're still installing. Today's a red zone day. And it'll be the 5th time that we install this red zone. Obviously, we add into the package. But every day there's a daily theme of situations that we install and getting better at. I think his team is practicing very well. We're staying free of injuries for the most part. We haven't had many injuries, which I'm very proud of. Our team is in good shape. Our quarterbacks are looking good. Obviously, we're strong at receiver. The tight end group looking good. Offensive line's coming together. Bo's defense is flying to the ball, so I feel good about our team right now. But obviously, we got some improvement to make and ways to go.
Hey, Coach O. Garland Gillen here, Fox 8 in New Orleans. I talked to a respected high school coach last week, and I asked him how he's controlling the kids on the weekends, when they're not away from the program. Mm-hmm. He said that if you get a text on a Friday night and get invited to a party, you got to think about when you look at that text, are you going to jeopardize your season for your team? Obviously, the kids started back on campus today with students coming back. What is the message you tell these kids? Because obviously Tuscaloosa has been having some problems in some other schools. What's the message you give to these kids to focus on the main goal of football in school and stay away from kind of the off the campus stuff?
We have to make a sacrifice if we want to play, protect the team. And there's going to be some opportunities that they have. Now, I told them, on Friday and Saturday night, they're off. Get their girlfriend, go on a date, go to, do what you need to do. And then, take care of your business and go home and just have a regular Friday or Saturday night. But we cannot attend parties. We got to wear masks. We don't want to go to parties. But, the guys are going to do things. They're going to hang out together. We want to wear masks.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. Absolutely paramount here. Look, they got to wear masks. So you're going to have these problems. Like they're saying in Tuscaloosa. With kids going out and stuff like that. These kids are 18 to 22 years old. Look, you got to realize, us fans, we don't know what's going on. The only way we know what's going on is through the newspapers, through Twitter, and all that. So, Coach Orgeron, I think he has a clamp on this situation. Because this coronavirus is not going away anytime soon. So, and that's some paramount points right there, what he's saying. So let's finish listening to him.
Really protect the team. No bars are allowed. No bars are allowed in the season anyway. So they know the general rules. They just got to be careful.
Just a follow-up to your statement last week, I suppose. I just want to check, did you have knowledge of the allegations against Darius Geis at the time? And If so, how did you go about handling it?
I made my statement last week. You heard it, and that's it.
I don't know why they keep talking about Darius Geis. Darius Geis is no longer on the football team. I mean, the media just always wants to pick and choose what they want to report. I mean, that's stupid to tell you the truth. Look, Darius Geis is no longer LSU's problem. It's the Washington Redskins problem. So, look, I'll be honest with you. Let's not stop talking about Darius Geis and all that, what he did and all that. He's going to face his consequences. I can promise you that. So, once again, this is from Coach Orgeron. We'll continue to listen to him, and then I'll come in and comment about it.
Hey, Coach, good morning.
Good morning.
You've been through this process with Miles Brennan for 3 years now, going into the 4th year. You gave him a significant amount of playing time in 2017, put him in some spots. I guess he's been on the sidelines of every loud venue in the SEC, so he's had a long time to process all this information, right? I mean, can you just maybe give me some tidbits along the way of what that's been like to go through that process?
I think that Miles has waited his turn. He's matured. He's different from when he showed up. Now, he was a very talented young man when he showed up. He's gained his weight, 218 pounds. He's very confident. You know, I think he played the role of the second-team quarterback very well. It was Joe's team. Everybody knew it. So he just kind of stood in the background. Now he's not in the background. He's leading. Everybody believes in Miles. He's very vocal out there. He's a total different kid. He knows the offense. He has a very strong arm. Now, here's the only thing that I cannot simulate. Okay, I can have crowd noise. I can have all that, but I can't simulate a hostile crowd. Now, with the COVID, I don't know how hostile a crowd will be, or maybe the music playing loud or something like that, especially on an away game. We're going to have to practice very hard and put him in some tough situations and some scrimmages so he's used to it.
Ed, you were talking about Jabril Cox earlier today, said he looked like one of the best players out there. What do you see from him that makes him that great? Yeah. Obviously, all had great linebackers in the past.
First of all, he came up with a great attitude. I mean, I said this morning, man, I haven't heard him say a word. Hey, Coach, maybe if I say hello to him, but he's focused, razor sharp. He's always studying, very smart. He knows the defense. He's very fast. He's about, I think Jarrell's about 6'3", about 225, 230, and can run, can key and diagnose. Obviously, he has a lot of experience of playing the position. He's a physical tackler. He can key and diagnose. He can shed blocks well. He can rush the passer well. He drops in coverage. He's a complete linebacker.
Coach, you always talk about the resiliency of this area and just in terms of bouncing back from anything with the hurricane coming up. Just, how would you assess the resiliency of this area and how has it affected you guys this week?
Something we got to deal with. Hurricanes are something we deal with. Year in and year out in Louisiana, we're still here. We're not leaving. So, but you know what? There's a lot of information nowadays. There's a lot of things that warn us about things that are coming, and then how to be safe and stuff like that. So our guys know how to do that. We feel good that we're able to practice. We got an indoor practice facility if it rains, but if the weather gets too tough, everybody's going to go home and everybody's going to be safe.
Just a reminder, please don't unmute yourself. You see it come up, please. Jared, you're up.
Hey, Coach, just to follow up on the Jabril Cox statement, are you seeing on the field what you wanted out of him whenever you were seeking to get him to the purple and gold? What about him initially made you want him to be a Tiger?
First of all, he was an outstanding player at North Dakota State. They have a tremendous culture there. Those guys win year in and year out, and he's a great character young man. Speaking to him on the phone, guys knew him. So he came highly recommended. Now, the thing I saw on film is a big linebacker that could run and hit and key and diagnose. I didn't know he was going to be that good. I think this guy is going to have an excellent year at LSU. He definitely is an SEC linebacker. Obviously, he was overlooked in recruiting, but here's his shot. The thing I think that I like most about Jabril is his maturity. I mean, he came in there focused. He was going to win the starting job and be a great player.
Hey, Coach, I just have a quick question about, some of your freshman backup quarterbacks. I know you said, time and time again that Miles is, it's his time, but I mean, just kind of how prepared are the freshmen right now, and just kind of how have you seen that battle kind of develop in the last couple of weeks?
They're fighting really hard. They're here on their own, studying. I couldn't ask for two better young men as far as character, as far as smarts, as far as talent. TJ Finley's throwing a great ball right now. He has improved in his throwing. Coach Esmig has done a phenomenal job with him. He's having an outstanding camp. And then Max Johnson is doing a tremendous job. Can run. He's a lot faster than I thought he was. He's left-handed, throws a nice ball, very accurate. He's calm in the pocket. So right now, Miles is our starting quarterback. None of them have beat him out of, but that doesn't mean that can't happen. We haven't had no scrimmages or preseason games, but things are looking good at quarterback. Now we got to stay healthy. We only have 3 scholarship quarterbacks.
Ed, defensive end seems like a pretty open competition right now. Has anyone kind of really stood out the past week and a half there?
I really like Andre. I really like the work that he's doing. Travez Moore is starting at left end right now. It's Travez's senior year. He's done a good job. And behind him is Ali Gay, who's done a tremendous job. And then the freshman, B.J. Ojulari, again, yesterday he had 4 or 5 sacks. And you're going to see him on third down. He's definitely considered a starter in the rotation. Philip Webb is doing well. So those guys are looking good. Jarrell Cherry, we moved in to defensive tackle. Sony could play defensive end or defensive tackle. Those are 2 guys that are having a tremendous camp. Their opportunity has come. They're showing us that they can do some things.
Hey, Coach, I was curious after a couple of weeks and what you knew from the summer about the sophomore linebackers. You've got 3 of them. They're all pretty talented.
Yeah.
I know Kevin's talked about, a timeshare of sorts, but have you seen their game much from being newcomers to now?
Yeah, no question. Obviously, Damone Clark is doing a tremendous job. Michael Baskerville doing a great job. Ray Thornton is doing a good job. That's a transition when you go from defensive line to linebacker. Devontae Lee is doing a great job. I'll tell you what, Bo's done a tremendous job with those guys. They're all making progress. And Josh White and Antoine Sapper can run. They're very fast. Going to be 2 excellent linebackers. So we're pretty solid in that position, and all those guys are making some progress.
Hey, Ed, during this dead period, a lot of, or some recruits are starting to take matters into their own hands, kind of go check out schools on their own, like regular high school students.
Yeah.
What do you think about that part of the process? And obviously, I'm sure it's a little hard to regulate, but what are you guys doing anything, trying to encourage guys to check out campus if they can?
Yeah, we have not done that. Obviously, we want to follow the rules. I'm not going to comment on the other stuff. Let's see how the NCAA handle it, but I think it's it's pushing the line a little bit, but we'll see.
Hey, Ed, that third wide receiver position outside of Terrace Marshall and Jamar Chase, who's standing out there so far in preseason?
Well, John Trey, obviously Racing McMahon. Race is doing a great job. Race is going to be a starter for us. John Trey Kirkland's doing, Nabute's doing a good job. All those guys are doing a great job. I feel that we really, really talented at the wide receiver position. And the guy that I'm really is impressed with is Moore. Man, he has done a great job. From Rummel High School, I think that he is going to have an excellent freshman year.
Hey, Coach. Thanks for doing this again. Just the transfers. You touched on Jabril, and you've had so much success with your transfer process, or maybe you just hit on some key guys in key places. We've seen Liam obviously come in as well. Could you speak to that process of how it starts and the evaluation and then the final go-ahead for a guy?
First of all, we identify needs, and we list them on the board. And obviously, when Joe Burrow came, it was quarterback. This year was linebacker and offensive lineman. So we identify the need, then we go find the guys that are available. We look at them on tape, and then recruit the heck out of them. And I will say that we've done very well. You know, Liam Shanahan is going to start for us at center, as it looks like now. Jabril Cox is going to start. Joe Burrow, our kicker. We've done a tremendous job. So our guys have done a good job. I got to give credit to our recruiting department, to Colin DeAngelo. He runs that. Those guys get all the names. Derek Panamsky, he gets the names for me. We look at them. We watch them on tape. We call them. We're on top of it. We're very proactive in that department.
And, you moved Joseph Evans over to right guard. How has that been going? Heard you said he's been looking impressive, and that seems to be an open position. Is he pushing to start? How's that look?
You know, I think that Chase On is a starter. I really think that, unless something happens in camp, I wouldn't see it. That doesn't mean it's etched in stone. But Joe is showing some stuff, man. He is coming out of his hips. Exactly what we saw in high school. He's physical. He can get his combination blocks, get to the second level, stay on his feet. And the good thing about Joe Evans, he's a great young man. He has tremendous, tremendous work ethic. He will not stop.
Yeah, Coach. Kind of keeping along that offensive line. Last year, you guys brought in a couple really highly touted guys: Cardell Thomas, Anthony Bradford. Where are you seeing those guys develop?
Yeah, you know, those guys are a little bit behind right now. Now, Cardell has lost some weight. He's faced some injuries. They're a little bit behind. Anthony's still battling the weight problem. Those guys are right now are not in the too deep. Obviously, they still earn their way up. But I talked to them the other day about picking them up. I still believe that those are two tremendous young men, and they can be outstanding players for us, but they have some things they have to improve on.
Hey, Coach O, this is Garland Gill again. I know you talked a lot about Avery Gilbert, and when we finally got to see video of him, he looks like a man's man. I mean, just a big dude. I know Derek Stingley Sr. said off the bench this morning that he blew right by Derek on a route. Once you got him on campus and now you see him with pads on, what kind of dangerous weapon is this guy going to be? And he can play wide receiver, everything for this team.
You know, Eric is the type of tight end we've been looking for to stretch the field. Yesterday, we ran a vertical route right up the field. He beat the Mike linebacker, touchdown. That's a dagger in the heart to the defense. But we can spread him out. He can play X. He can play Z. He's a good player. He's a physical player. 6'5", 251. We have red zone today. I mean, just like in the backyard of Salafouche, right? Just throw it out of oop, catch it, and touchdown, right? So there's a lot of things that he can do, but he's a tremendous young man. I was leaving the office on Sunday. He was coming to study tape on his own. Very, very driven. I think he's going to be an excellent player for us. The thing I like about the tight end position is we switch the mindset of our tight ends are blockers. Our tight ends are now receivers. They can stretch the field. They're athletes, and they can block.
Hey, Coach, is there any scenario where we're looking for a number three?
Look like it sound like he's.
Can you say that again?
Sound like he's double.
Or do you think there's any scenario where Eric Gilbert could become the number 3 wide receiver?
You know, yes, he could be. I think Racy's got that solidified right now, but I think that eventually Eric could work in that position. He's a freshman. Obviously, he missed spring ball because of an operation. We want him to learn tight end, get the tight end down, because a lot of stuff, we're doing a lot of stuff with him. We're flexing him out. He's in motion. He's got to do this on this play, do this on this play. So we want him to learn the tight end position and get good at that. Then eventually we can move him out, and yes, he could be.
That's what it said.
Hey, Coach, this is Josh Sibley with Louisiana Gridiron Football. You've talked about
Louisiana Gridiron Football
is considered goes along with your winning edge.
I think that's one of the guys from there.
Not playing playing inside a stadium at not full capacity go along with that winning edge.
You know, definitely we'd have to make an adjustment in our mindset for sure. And I do believe whatever crowd that they're going to have is going to be a winning edge because they're going to be loud and proud, no question. Be excited to watch us play. But it's something that, just like I told our team, we got to adapt and adjust. This is a different time for us, but that doesn't mean we can't play football. That doesn't mean we can't be focused and execute just the way we have to create our own emotion. And I know our players are used to doing that. You can see us come to practice, we're clapping, we're loud. So we just got to have to be extra emotional.
Coach, I was curious about the running backs. We saw Clyde and his versatility last year.
Yeah.
The thing that I wonder about the new guys is how much or how well are they doing the intangibles, whether it's the pass pro or the decoy outs, just those kinds of things.
Yeah. Clyde was special. But nobody knew it this time of year last year. You know what I'm saying? He had to prove himself, and then he got better and better as the games went on. So I expect one of these guys, maybe not be the type of running back Clyde was, because they're not built like him. But I think that they have a different skill set. Now, Chris Curry has been excellent, and he is a bull. Now, he can run, catch the ball out the backfield. Tyron Davis is a bull, can run, catch the ball in the backfield. John Emery is electric. He gets on the edge, and he can make you miss. He catches the ball well. So I think that all three of those guys have a different skill set. Are they going to be like Clyde? Probably not. But can we do the same things? Yes. I don't know if they can run that angle route as good as Clyde went, that little short angle route when they isolated on a linebacker. It's probably the best I've ever seen. But you know what? There's some different things that they can do.
We'll wrap up with Brett Martell and then Brody with the final question.
Hey, Coach. Just curious about how the cornerback depth behind Stingley is coming along now.
Yeah, we're really pleased with Cordell Flott. I think that Cordell Flott has solidified himself as a starter, either in the nickel package or in the base package where he can play corner. Jay Ward is coming along. He's doing well. Obviously, we got Stingley and Elias Ricks, who's the best cornerback in the country. He's coming. He had a shoulder injury in the spring. He hadn't practiced. Man, you can see him getting better and better every practice. And Dwight McGoffin is an excellent tall corner. He is tough. He is like glue on the receivers, breaks on the ball well. So I think we're a little short. We have one scholarship left. We are currently researching that if there's a cornerback or maybe a nickel corner out there that's available, we may take them, and we could use them right now because we're a little short. We're icing up a couple of guys because of hamstrings, and nothing major. But we feel good. We feel good when it comes game time that we're going to have some corners there. We're going to be ready to play. Cordell Flott is the guy that has showed up the most in camp.
And to build on that, I guess at safety, next to Jacoby Stevens, out of those other group of guys, has anybody else really stood out?
Yeah, Mohampton's gotten in good shape. He's lost a lot of body fat. He's leaner. I talked to him yesterday, how happy I am to see him in great shape. He's really showing up and doing some good things. We consider him a starter right now, along with Todd Harris. Jordan Tolles is going to be an excellent freshman. Jordan's almost up to, I think, 218 pounds right now. He's going to be a big safety. He's a thumper. Obviously, he's learning the situation. He's learning the new defense. I think we're really good at safety. And then Cam Lewis is having a good spring. So
once again, Coach Ogeron talking about the LSU team. Look, I'll be honest with you. They have to adapt and overcome this situation with coronavirus because they're not going to have fans to support them. So they're going to have to, once again, adapt and overcome. So once again, thanks for joining us here on this edition of Sports Talk with Kerry Wehmeyer Show. Please, once again, we have a message on the screen for y'all. Please have your thoughts and prayers out for the people in Southwest Louisiana. They're in the path of the Cat 4 hurricane up in Lake Charles. So hopefully everybody is safe up in Lake Charles and Lafayette and towards the Houston area. So please tonight, if you're watching tonight, please keep your thoughts and prayers for those people. That this is a very devastating storm that's happening right now. So hopefully everybody will be okay. Let's go over some practice highlights from yesterday, LSU practice highlights. This is once again from Tiger TV Sports. Follow them on YouTube. A nice little work. Nice little hits right there. Nice little drills right there. I like the drills. Get the ball out of his hand. Number 55. Nice little hit right there. Derek Stingler right there. Nice little hit. Okay, some of the practice highlights from LSU. Let's go over to the Tulane one. We'll have Coach Fritz up, and then we'll have Kevin Hendry and also Darain Williams. We'll go ahead and play them in just a second.
Okay. We went just helmets today. We've been going. This is practice number 17. And then we had that 2 weeks before we got going. I got to do a good job making sure that we're, healthy and guys are getting healed up. I'm worried about a few guys right now. And, we want to get everybody. Am I got it? I want to make sure everybody has the ability to, play September 12th. We got our first game. Still a long ways away, so we're going to take a little bit of time off. We're going to take off Friday. We're going to go tomorrow and go down the Superdome. I really appreciate Doug Thornton and the staff down there at the Superdome allowing us to come down and practice. And, they just put down the new turf. That's the same company did our turf out here. So and then we're going to take Friday off and then come back and do a little bit of scrimmaging on Saturday. And some more kicking game than what we did the first time. And then we'll come back, we'll practice again on Sunday and then take Monday off. So at some point I'm really looking to try to take a couple of days off in a row just to get everybody healthy. But, it's been a long camp. We've taken every fourth day, every third day, every fifth day, we've kind of rotated that through, taking those days off, but it would be good, I think, to go a couple in a row.
So can you talk about practicing at the Superdome and how much of a, players to maybe get over there and get some work in that famous arena?
Yeah, it's awesome. A few years ago, I probably ought to do it again because I haven't done it for a while. I went over all the unbelievable events that have occurred in the Superdome, since its inception. I'm sure you covered a few of those, Ed. But, it's a great place to go in, and it's so much bigger than just a regular field. You got a whole bunch of sideline space where guys can go ahead and do things. Uh, the other great thing about it is with COVID right now, even though we're going inside, the chances of getting it from somebody else are pretty slim because of how big it is, and the space that you have in there and the circulation that they have in there. So that was something I checked on beforehand, because right now we're not going to go into a gymnasium and do a walkthrough and things like that. There's just too much danger involved in that. So yeah, it's just we've never had a bad practice in there. I don't know how many times we practiced there, or the Saints have been gracious enough to let us go out there all the time, but right now we can't. That's kind of where they got it set up for testing, and they're trying to maintain their bubble as well. So we had to wait for the Superdome to get the turf down. So we're just lucky they let us go in there. I appreciate those guys.
So do you feel confident as every day goes by that you're going to get to the 12th and you're going to play football? Are you feeling more and more confident as every day goes by?
God, I sure hope so, or someone's playing a heck of a trick on us. So we're planning it. We're playing on Saturday, September 12th, opening up South Alabama Stadium. I know that when that happens, it's going to be surreal for everybody, because there's been so much talk about everything and a lot of indecision. And, but that's our plan. As I've, you guys are probably sick of hearing me say it, but we're full speed ahead. We're playing a ball game on September the 12th, and until someone tells me otherwise, that's what we're going to do. And guys did phenomenal job. We just with our testing again from the other day. It's just been impressive, the commitment and these guys have had to do things a little bit differently. And it's a real big credit to President Fitz, our university. Just the students are doing a great job. I walked around campus the other day. Everybody had a mask on. Everybody was practicing social distancing. So it's neat to see we can do it. We just got to stay after it.
Kevin Henry, another grad transfer, has stepped in. Has been a starter basically for the Browns.
That's Gary. That's Gary right there.
Oh, they help us, and the great thing about them
I hear
is
him.
they're all really good fits in here. It's Kevin's a great young man. He went to the same high school as Donnie Lewis over there in Baton Rouge Central, and a couple of those coaches I knew. He obviously knew Jalen McCleskey well, and they were good buddies. And he just wanted to come back home and wanted to come here and play at Tulane, and he's going to really help us. He's an excellent student. We got to have high GPAs to get a grad transfer in there, and he's already got his degree at Oklahoma State. I believe he's about a 3.0 student. Coming in here, and just a great person to have in our program. Just a tremendous character guy.
Terrell Brown's missed about a week of practice. He looks okay looking on the field. Is he going to be rested, or what is it?
I think so. He's just banged up a little bit right now, and you get into the season, you don't have a chance to really be careful with guys and give them days off and all those kind of things. And Sorrell had a significant injury, and he was really looking good early in camp. And so we're just backing off and getting him healthy. And we're doing that with quite a few guys. We want to get all these guys healthy so that they're able to play on September the 12th. These guys train all the time, but they go at a different pace than what athletes did 20 years ago. It's full speed all the time, and we just want to make sure that he's healthy when he comes back. And we get a lot of input from the kids too. We want to hear how they feel. Uh, there's a couple of them that have been around here 3, 4, 5 years, and when they act like they're hurt, I know they're hurt. It's I trust that they're going to go full speed when they're able to, and if they can't, that means they're injured. So we need to take care of them and get them healthy and ready to go, and we have time right now to rest guys. We're not going to have that here in a few weeks. Thank y'all. Appreciate it.
Hi, Kevin. Can you just talk about the adjustment, how you've been treated at Tulane, and how well the adjustment has gone? Obviously, you've been lining up the first team. You're going to be a starter as a grad transfer.
It's been going great actually. The guys welcome me with open arms, and everyone taking their time with me, making sure I got everything down. Not only the coaches but the players. They've been real great for me. Been a great support system for me, and I couldn't ask for a better situation.
Was it an easy decision for you to transfer back to Louisiana to Tulane when the time came?
It was easy. My family being not even an hour away, it was great to make a decision that would benefit me and my family. And they can, like once I was at Oklahoma State, my family maybe made 2 games. So even though COVID is happening right now, hopefully my family can get to many more games than that.
What do you feel like you add to this team?
Leadership, experience, and just someone who just love football and love to play the game.
And how good do you feel about the linebacking group? Looks like a pretty talented bunch.
I feel great about this linebacking bunch. Tulane is definitely set up for the future. A lot of great guys in the room.
You mentioned the COVID. How strange is it that you transferred back to be home, and now your family and friends won't be able to see you in person?
It was a bit of a mind spin. It's something that you just got to roll with. With today's society, the way the world going, every day is like every day is not planned. So you basically going with the flow. So if my family can make it to the games at the beginning of the season, all we can do is just hope that we can get fans in and make those count.
There's a lot of uncertainty about college football nationally, and when I watch your practices, the intensity is there every day. What is it? What about you guys has been able to keep the focus going?
One thing the coaches always preach to us is just block out all the outside noise and all the negativity once you step on the football field, and that's something that all the players carry with them throughout practice. We just feel like the football field is like a safe haven for us, so we just go out there and give it our all, and we don't really think about what's going on outside of football once we step between those lines.
Can you talk about what Keon Howard has brought to the club? I know a lot of the players have complimented him on his leadership. And like you, this isn't his first destination. Can you tell when a guy is maybe changed a little bit from some adversity?
Most definitely. Keon has been a great leader for the team, great quarterback on and off the field, and he's just bring that veteran presence, and that's something that you need with the young quarterbacking group that we have. Keon just bring the experience, and he's able to pick everybody up when people down and just be there for his teammates. And I feel like that's one thing that he's brought to the table. that experience, that veteran mindset, he's able to play in uncomfortable situations.
What would you describe as an uncomfortable situation?
When we're doing 2-minute drill, say for instance, we're doing 2-minute drill, everyone gas, he's getting everybody lined up. You can tell he's still making his right checks, and he just doing everything you see in a starting quarterback.
All right. Okay. Once again, that concludes the Saints, LSU, and Tulane training camp reports. We'll have more tomorrow. So let's go ahead and sign off for today. Okay. Once again, thanks for joining us for this edition of Sports Talk with Kerry Wehmeyer Show. We will be back later on with the Lakers versus Trailblazers. That game will be on Sportscaster. Game will begin at 8 o'clock. We'll have the game for you. Last night we had a few issues. Hopefully we don't have any tonight. So you should be able to get in tonight. If you want to come on video chat with us, we'll have the links up for you. So that will be forthcoming. So once again, like, share, and follow Sports Talk on Facebook at facebook.com/carry.wehmeyer.75. Also, you can follow me on Twitter at TalkKerry, TalkKerry. Also, follow me on YouTube. That's the we put content on there all the time. Also, you can follow me on the official blog and sports site of Sports Talk with Kerry Wehmeyer Show. Follow me on Tumblr at KLW7825. That's KLW7825. Also, follow us on the official flagship and play-by-play thing for Sports Talk. Sportscaster. Follow us at sportscaster.com/KLW. That's sportscaster.com/KLW. Also follow us on Twitch. We'll be back on there a week from a couple of weeks. We'll be back after we be on Twitter. I will be on Twitch. Also follow me on Instagram at SportsTalk2505. And also, if you want to Skype me anytime, video chat with me anytime, you want to call me, that will be your number. Don't call me at my regular number. Just call me at that Skype number. If I'll answer, I'll answer. If I don't, I'll get back to you. So also you can email me anytime. Email me Kerry.Wehmeyer. That's WEHMEYER. I don't want to go too fast for anybody. Just writing it down at yahoo.com. That's yahoo.com. Once again, thanks for joining us this afternoon for Sports Talk. We'll be back on later with play-by-play coverage of the Lakers and Portland Trailblazers. So we'll see y'all later on this evening.